species, but unfortunately a good chunk of them are in danger. But luckily we have an amazing group of them that we're all excited to show off for all of you. So everybody, please welcome our flock of macaws. First out is going to be making their way is Sierra and Azul. Right on cue, our blue and gold macaws. Now, were any of you here this morning at our 9 o'clock opener? Yeah, I got a couple of you. Yes, you got to see our whole flock fly at the same time. It is pretty awesome to see. So for those of you that didn't, I definitely recommend coming right before the zoo opens, because usually we do that macaw flight over there. Oh yeah, there you go. And so yeah, it's a really cool thing to see, so I definitely recommend doing that. Now, making their way in is Yellow and Soul, our scarlet macaws. Now, macaws, they do pair bond for life. So Sierra and Azul are a bonded pair, as well as Cielo and Soul. Now, they can live a very long time. Most macaw species can live between 50 to maybe 80 years of age, so pretty incredible. And then last but not least is Diego, one of our bachelors. He is a green-winged macaw. He's pretty adorable up there. I always get distracted. Now, earlier I did say that unfortunately a good chunk of species of macaws are endangered, and a lot of that is due to human encroachment. And so you may be wondering, how can you help out these beautiful birds that live in Central and South America all the way up here in North America? And one of the ways is by being a savvy consumer. So when you go out shopping, probably one of the first things that you like to shop, if you like caffeine, is coffee. How many of you are coffee drinkers? Yeah, I got a handful of you. Yeah, so when you go out shopping, you can help out these beautiful birds by looking for coffee that is grown in the shade, or shade-grown coffee. It is a win-win. We don't have to take down the trees in order to grow coffee, and so it helps out macaws as well as the other wildlife that live in the canopies of the rainforest. Well, they were fantastic out here. Everybody, please give it up for Cielo, Sol, Sierra, Azul, and Diego, our flock of macaws. I'm very sing-songy today, so sorry if I start singing a little bit. All right, so for our next wildlife ambassador, we're actually going to be talking about our One Health approach to saving wildlife worldwide. The health of people, wildlife, and the environment are all interconnected. Our planet can only thrive when all life thrives. That is the core of our mission. It's a thread that runs through all of our conservation efforts. So this next particular species definitely fits this category because she is considered an apex predator, and she is extremely helpful for rodent populations. So everybody, please welcome Einstein, our Eurasian eagle owl.
With David.
She's going to be making her way a little bit closer to all of you. Now, she gets her name Eurasian because they are found in the in the forested regions of Europe and Asia. And you can tell that she lives more in forested areas by the coloration of her feathers. Kind of looks like bark on a tree. So this helps them blend in a lot easier. And then eagle, because they are one of the largest species of owls. There's only about 1 or 2 species of owls that are bigger than her. And then of course, owl, because she's an owl. Now, as David cruises around here, you're getting a really good look at her up close and personal. You can see that she's a pretty massive bird. Does anybody have any guesses to how much she weighs? You can shout it out. Don't be shy. David's really strong.
Pretty buff.
16 pounds. Any other ones?
She looks evil there.
35. Ooh, I already see a winner. We got some smart people up there. They came in at 5 pounds. Yeah, she weighs maybe 5.5 sometimes, but roughly about 5 to 6 pounds. So I know owls can be very deceiving, especially the Eurasian eagle owl, and that's because birds have very specialized bones, where they're not going to be like ours. They kind of look like honeycomb inside, and this allows them to be a lot lighter in weight. So most birds are very light. If you were to go look at The California condors on habitat are some of the larger vulture species. They are maybe about 20, maybe 30 pounds, and that's it. So they don't get very, very big. Now, of course, birds are covered in feathers as well. Einstein here has got about an inch and a half worth of feathers to keep her warm, but they use those to fly. Now, what owls are known for, though, is being one of the best hunters at night, and they are all built for that. Probably one of the first things that you saw when she came out here were her big, beautiful eyes. Those eyes allow her to have an amazing long distance. I thought she was about to cast, look like that. They have excellent long distance vision as well as nighttime vision because their prey is definitely most active at night. And so they're going to be sitting up on the top of their forest or on the trees, and they can scan pretty well into the forest floor and see their prey. Now, what helps their eyesight as well is their ears, which you probably see those little ear tufts up there. Those are actually just for looks. Those aren't where her ears actually are. They have asymmetrical ears. So they have one kind of towards the top of their head and one kind of towards the bottom of their head. And this allows them to triangulate where their prey is. So this is extremely helpful when it's nighttime, so they can easily find their prey. And then another thing that helps them out is, I like to call this kind of trait of theirs as silent flight. So if you look at, especially on this video here, you can kind of see at the end of her feathers, there's this extra little fringe at the end, and this allows the air to pass right on through, so essentially gives them silent flight. And with her 5 foot of beautiful wingspan, when she's soaring down, her prey does not even hear her coming. So it's an amazing little trait that they have so they can sneak up on their prey. Now let's see if she can do some vocalization. That was pretty cute. So the most famous vocalization that owls can do is hooting. Ooh, you're showing off your wingspan. Is hooting, of course, and she gets very hooty in the morning, especially when we're all coming in to say hello. But she's got a couple other vocalizations. That one, I kind of call it her meow sometimes. When she lays eggs, she gets very cluckety like a chicken. It is pretty adorable. So she's got a wide range of vocalizations. Well, she was amazing out here, as always. Please give it up for Einstein, our Eurasian eagle owl. All right, so for the rest of our presentation, I'm going to leave you in some very good hands. Everybody, please welcome my co-care specialist, Shauna.
I knew it.
Thank you, Jessica. Oops, there we go again. Thank you, Jessica. One more round of applause for Jess. She's always good. All right, I get to do the really fun part of this presentation. That's the only giveaway that I'm giving you for the rest of the time. But we are going to keep going with that One Health approach that she was talking about, where we all need each other to thrive. And one of the best examples of this is actually all of our relationships that we have with canines. Raise your hand if you have a dog at home. Wow, almost all of you today. And we all have been around canines for centuries. They used to help us hunt, protect us, and of course over domestication and hundreds of years. Hi, Elvis.
I don't think he was supposed to come up.
They have continued to live with us. You know what? He's ready. So let's just let him out. We're gonna give it up for Elvis. Come on out, buddy. Come out in front of me, and I'll talk about it after. Come on. So Elvis is out here showing you how dogs help us with conservation. There he goes. Go find it, buddy. They use their nose, which is 100 times stronger than us. Very good. To help us find all sorts of things. And so we have taught Elvis to find a lemon scent, and we can put it on any object on this presentation area and he will find it. Today he found a koala, and that is to represent one of the conservation dogs named Smudge that actually helped find a lot of koalas that lost their homes after the 2019 fires. Dozens and dozens of them.
I watched the animal
so she
instead of
was
the
very
trainer.
important. We also have dogs that help find poachers. They have been taught to find cheetah scat, which is a fancy word for cheetah poop, so that we can study them. They have been taught to find endangered species like our mountain yellow-legged frog and collect them. So they can help us in all different types of ways. Now, he would have made an amazing sniffer dog, as you could see. But one of the things that Elvis has that maybe gave him a new lease in life was that he kind of has a little bit too strong of a food drive. That's actually pretty good. He was supposed to work for Guide Dogs of America. We don't like to say that he failed the program, so we say that he got career reassigned. And he came to live with us because his sense of smell was just a little too strong, and his food drive is a little too strong. And if you were on the end of the leash and you couldn't see very well, and you had him as a mad dog, it might not be too safe, right? He's a very, very smart dog, but he will break from us, as you saw earlier, and then come right back, of course. But he plays a very important role here at the zoo. Not only does he show all of you a representation of how these conservation dogs are doing their job all over the world, he came to us because he is a friend to a very important wildlife ambassador that we have here. Would you like to meet her?
Yes.
Yeah, what am I talking about? Yeah? Okay, well, when she's ready, representing our African Savannah Hub, we're working to protect a lot of the larger predators out there, and including elephants and rhinos. Of course, cheetahs are one of the predators. Here she is. This is Ilangha, our South African cheetah. Now, already? We're doing it already. This is the fun part, everyone. Okay, so we'll talk about Ilangha, and then we'll talk about why we're wearing this silly hat. So Ilangha, of course, is a beautiful representation of the South African cheetah, and she
they spend more time there than here.
Sights right now, and I'm trying to keep this hat on to get goofy. You'll know why in a second. And so you're seeing her beautiful spots. You're seeing her beautiful stripes down her face right now. Those are called malar stripes. Those actually help her see in the sunshine when they are hunting. It deflects off of their eyes so that they can see. That beautiful long tail helps them make turns when they are in those long 22-foot glides chasing after their gazelles. But you know what? I don't want to bore you with cheetah facts today, because today is Ilangha's 9th birthday. She was born at our sister facility. She was the 159th cheetah born at our cheetah breeding facility, and we are all going to sing happy birthday to Ilangha as she gets her amazing number 9 cake. Are we ready? Come on, people. Let's do this. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Happy
birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Ilangha. Happy birthday to you.
Come on. So when she's ready, we're going to give her this. We are very, very privileged here at Wegeforth Bowl to be able to work very closely with all of our wildlife and create a very strong bond with them. And so we get kind of creative when it is their birthday. I will let you guys know that, like I said, she was the 159th cheetah born at the safari park. And we were very, very privileged to start working with her at a very young age. And today, Katie here that is working with her has known her since she was just a little cub. So you do get that. She's enjoying that. So now I can talk to you a little bit about things. We did make her a little number 9 cake with some ice and some blood and some meat and some fish candles. So, you know, hopefully she'll be enjoying that. I'll tell you right now, guess who is the best trainer in the world? Victoria, for stopping this dog from coming to eat her food right now, because that is what he would be doing for sure. All right, now I told you a little bit of facts about cheetahs. They are the fastest land mammal in the world, right? We all know that, hopefully. They can go up to 70 miles per hour, and the acceleration is my most impressive fact about cheetahs, 0 to 60 in 3.4 seconds. So as you're entering the highway today, you're flooring it to try to merge on with everybody's crazy traffic here in California. Imagine that cheetah just running alongside your car, getting from 0 to 60 in 3 seconds. It's pretty amazing. Having these specialized feet really does help them with traction. And on the inside, the cheetah has a larger lung and heart capacity, as well as larger nostrils than other cat species, to bring more oxygen through the blood at a faster rate so that they can get up to those speeds. Now they do have to be sprint runners. They have to be able to catch that prey in a quarter of a mile so they don't overexert themselves. They are not marathon runners, and they are running in the middle of the day, very, very hot, very bright sun, so they can't take a chance and run a little bit too long. It's a pretty challenging life out there for cheetahs over there in the Serengeti, and unfortunately for them, there are only 7,000 cheetahs left in the wild today. 100 years ago, I could have said that there was 100,000 cheetahs. So the numbers have drastically declined. There's a lot of conflict with humans. There's conflict with farmers. There's conflict with poachers. There's conflict with everything, with highways being put up. But there are several programs that we are helping out financially, and we're also sending volunteers right here from the San Diego Zoo to help with the programs. What they do is they give the farmers dogs to help protect their livestock from animals from jumping over the fence. They have recently approved bridges to go over the highways so cheetahs don't get hit by cars. And they have recently started new programs that help have the people who are living there participate in actually pointing out poachers and trying to stop them and giving them financial compensation for pointing out poachers so that they can stop that as well. So we're doing our part here, trying to breed them, and they're doing a great job over there trying to keep them around for future generations. I think she's gonna enjoy her cake out here. She is quite adorable. We do love our animals, and hopefully you can see that in this way. She's doing a great job out here. One big round of applause for now our 9-year-old South African cheetah, which by the way is already older than they would normally live in the wild. So she's got another probably more 7-8 warriors here at the zoo. They live to be pretty old here at the zoo. All right, now the San Diego Zoo Wildlife Alliance is creating a world where all life thrives, and never has this been more important. As first responders in the field, we are there applying a century's worth of wildlife knowledge to global conservation challenges. We do collaborate, we innovate, and we hope we inspire people and wildlife to thrive together for a healthy planet. Conservation is at the heart of everything we do, but we also have a lot of fun out here as well. So thank you so much for being here today and helping celebrate Ilangha's birthday. And we hope that you walk away with the one key message is when wildlife thrives, truly we all will thrive. You guys have a great day. Okay, bye-bye.
Thank you. This is at the 2 o'clock show. Typically, members can be seated at 140, day pass not to 150. And sometimes they do a pre-show for some of the animals that are still in training before they can be part of the presentation. Not always, but sometimes. San Diego Zoo?